So you may have noticed a pattern that when I come and join Taylor or Taylor and Tyler, I often love to be able to speak of women in the scriptures. And I must say that the four Gospels have more activity, more um, interaction with women than probably any other place in the scriptures. And so I love that, and I'm here. And I wanted to talk about some of my thoughts about having women involved with the resurrection, the crucifixion as well. We know that women were at the cross trying in any way that they could to strengthen him, although, in the end he had to endure this on his own, but they were there showing him their love, their devotion. So in the story of the resurrection, women have the privilege of interacting with angels. We see both in Luke 24 and in Matthew 28 that they are told, he is not here, he has risen. And they were there when they get this special moment with the angels, they're there to serve. I think that reminds us when we are serving, we have blessings opened up unto us, as well as the blessings that we hopefully are giving to those that we serve. They were there acting out of love. And I think that reminds us that when we act out of love, God is there. God, his angels, his spirit is there in our life. So let's focus on Mary Magdalene. The different Gospels have slight variations to the story, but we know that in every single one, Mary Magdalene is there. And she's there at the tomb on Sunday morning. We know that she's already seen, if we're in John 20, we find that she has already seen that the tomb is empty. She's gone and reported it to the apostles. Peter and John have run to the tomb. Peter's burst into it. John has entered, and they've seen the linens, but no Christ. They end up returning to their home, but Mary seems to have remained, because if we open John chapter 20 and we look at verse 11, but Mary stood without at the sepulchre weeping, and as she wept, she stooped down and looked into the sepulchre, and seeth two angels in white sitting, one at the head and the other at the feet where the body of Jesus had lain. And they say unto her, Woman, why weepest thou? She saith unto them, Because they have taken away my Lord, and I know not where they have laid him. So she then, as we know, interacts with the risen Lord himself. And in verse 14, when she had thus said, she turned herself back and saw Jesus standing, and knew not that it was Jesus. And he saith unto her, Woman, why weepest thou? Whom seekest thou? She, supposing him to be the gardener, saith unto him, Sir, if thou have borne him hence, tell me where thou hast laid him, and I will take him away. I think it's beautiful that she mistakes the Lord of us all, someone she has been completely devoted to, who has followed for years as one of his most devoted disciples, and she sees him and mistakes the Lord for a lowly gardener. So then, of course, there is, so it's kind of like she is having a Lord, she doesn't even yet ask, Lord, is it thee? If we continue in verse 16, Jesus saith unto her, Mary. She turned herself and saith unto him, Rabboni, which is to say, Master. So that is her, Lord, it is the moment. She recognizes him. And what an amazing and wonderful and awe-inducing moment it must have been.